dwell about other routes to get assessments and diagnosis, because it's not always just needs to be through the school. There can be different ways that are more appropriate in different circumstances, but it's one of the options that's sometimes there and available. Next slide, please, Mohammed. So that was kind of step one before, is trying to understand what things are going on for your child, what things are affecting their learning. The second part then is actually planning on how to try and then help them with those things and put that right support in place. Schools have a kind of ongoing responsibility to keep things under regular review. That can change, so if things are a little bit unsettled for your child and things are a bit tricky, it might be that you're in more regular contact and reviewing things a little bit more quickly, setting shorter term goals while trying to get things hopefully a bit more on track for them. If things are fairly settled and everyone's quite happy, it might be every term or every half year that we check in and just have a little review of how are things going, are we happy with where things are at. All children will have some level of personal learning planning, PLPs, it sometimes gets called, or ILPs. There's lots of different acronyms and things. But children that need extra or different support sometimes will have more formalised plans. They go by lots and lots of different names in different parts of Scotland. They don't even always get called the same things within the same local authorities. Some schools have their own names for them. So what we'd always say is the name of a plan matters a lot less than the content. Really, it's about having something in writing that sets out, these are the things that we know this child needs some extra help with, or these are the things that they're learning. These are the ways we're going to try and help them with that, and these are the targets that they're working towards with that support. This is when we're next going to check back in and see how they've got on with that, whether we need to tweak or adjust anything with their support. So if you can get those kind of key things into a written plan, generally speaking, that's never a bad thing. It's quite good to add a bit of clarity and make sure everyone's working on the same page. And like I said, I wouldn't worry too much about what it's called because it does vary quite a bit. If we could go to the next slide, please, Mohammed, if that. Thank you. So similar to the never-ending list of reasons why a child might need support, what a child's support could actually look like is similarly really, really broad. There's no one right way to help a child. One child with a particular diagnosis might get a support or an intervention or a strategy that helps, works really, really well for them in school, and a child in a different class with this exact same diagnosis might get the same support, it just doesn't work for whatever reasons. So again, there is no one absolute right way to do it, but it's about tying different things. There's lots of examples here, so adjustments to the curriculum, having a timeout card, having a safe space or person, another teacher or person in the school that the child knows they can go and have a chat to if they need it. Getting some time working in smaller groups with more focused kind of input from a teacher or a support system. Getting a bit extra time with exams, having a scribe, someone to help write things, using assistive technology. The list is endless and there's no one right way to do it. But again, it should be about having that conversation between you and your child and the school to try and come up with a bit of a plan together. And